Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about something kind of personal. Some of you may have noticed in some of my videos you can see that I have a front tooth right here that's messed up. That basically has a chunk of the tooth missing. And if you haven't noticed it, it's because I've made a big effort to hide it in my videos. At some point I decided that in person, if I'm happy and I want to laugh and I want to smile, then I'll let myself do that. And I won't let myself hold back because I'm allowed to enjoy my life and I'm allowed to express that. But when it came to selfies or these videos, I would get insecure and I wouldn't want to post them. The problem with my tooth showed up about right around or before 8th grade. Basically, growing up, we didn't go to the dentist that much. We couldn't really afford it. So I'd only gone a handful of times. The last regular checkup that my parents had taken me to was that 8th grade appointment. On top of that, I also never really learned how to do dental hygiene properly, and so now as an adult I'm catching up on all of these things that I didn't know. I've had access to dentistry. I've been trying to catch up, so it's been a series of fillings and cleanings. The other thing is, I got all these cavities filled in on this side, and they don't use that like metal stuff anymore. They use a thing called resin. So it basically is kind of like a goop that hardens so that it matches your tooth. And so I had a few of these filled in. They didn't match the color too much and it looks a little more grainy, so I figured it was gonna look that way when I got my front tooth filled in. I was making sure that I didn't expect too much and didn't have, unrealistic hopes and things. Today was the day, and so I go in and I was 3 minutes late, so they let somebody else go ahead of me. So I waited for an hour. When it was finally time, the nurse came in and told me that they weren't doing this tooth, they were going to do something over here. And I was like, no, they said they were going to do the front one, it's important to me. And she was like, that's not on the chart, it's not in my notes. I have all of just the mixed feelings and sadness and everything, and I just started crying. And then the dentist walks in and he's like, oh, why are you crying? And I'm like trying to explain like as calmly as possible while crying, like trying to be clear, saying that, oh, people made fun of me, I thought today was the day that I was going to smile and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, stop crying, stop crying. If you keep crying, I'm just going to go to lunch and I'm not going to do this. And I'm just like trying to calm down. And then he was like, come on, you're 23, I thought you were 14 crying like this. And it's just like, thanks bro, thanks for that. I'm clearly already crying and upset about something, so why don't you just keep knocking me down a few pegs, that'll help, thanks. Finally he decides, he was like, okay, well if we're only gonna have time for one tooth, we'll just do this one. And I'm like, okay. And I'm still kind of emotional because first I was upset about thinking it wasn't gonna get done, and then I'm upset for getting made fun of for being upset, so it's like I'm trying to calm down. So he numbs the tooth and he walks out. He comes back in and he's like, oh, why don't you give me a smile? And I do, and he's like, oh yeah, that is pretty ugly. And I'm like, you were just like adding up your points for being the biggest asshole of the day. I tried to say like I'd appreciate it if you didn't make fun of me. Whenever I tried to talk to him, he just kept interrupting me and saying you didn't hear what I'm saying, and it's like, well, if you let me finish, you might hear what I have to say. I don't know, I just burst into tears again. Thanks for making fun of me even more. And then another nurse comes in and she's like, oh my god, what happened? And I'm just crying. And he's like, he called my teeth ugly. She's like, no, you're so beautiful. You just have some cavities. We're gonna fill this one in today and the rest, and it's gonna be so good. You're so beautiful. And I'm just crying like, he called them ugly. And eventually he's like, alright, stop crying, just let me work. And so like I'm trying to like breathe and try not to cry while they're working on my teeth. At the end they're like, I'm gonna hand you a mirror, okay? And I'm like, okay. And she shows me and I just start crying again. And he's like, oh yeah, now you can cry. Good thing I'm such a good dentist, huh? And it's like, first off, you're a fucking asshole. I didn't say that, but I was just focusing on my tooth and it was better than I thought it could even be. I didn't realize they could make it look so normal. And I don't know, I can finally smile and not be afraid. So for the first time ever, I'm really gonna show off my teeth in a video. So here you go. I have to practice smiling with teeth now. This video is not to tell people that to love themselves they have to change. It's not about that. It's about wanting to present yourself the way that you really want to be presented, whether it's your gender or just an aesthetic or a style, or it's you really don't want your hair to be a certain way, you want it to look like this, or you want to feel this way, or you want to exercise, you want to feel good about yourself. So it's not about changing yourself for other people, it's about being who you want to be and being able to present yourself. And I can smile now and not be insecure about it and not worry about about getting made fun of, because you can even be fine with something. You know, I can be fine with how I look without makeup, for example, but it doesn't mean that I want to be told how ugly I am without makeup. It's like I still don't want to hear that, even if I'm okay with it on a personal level. And I don't know, it's just, this is something that I've wanted for such a long time. Like 11 years is such a long time to wait. And so it happened. And everybody watching, I wish you so much luck and so much love to get to where you want to be too, and to be able to present yourself the way that you want to present yourself, and to really show who you are and not worry about what people think, and to not feel bad about yourself, whether it's surgery or anything. You do you, and you do it well, and it's gonna be okay. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.